Surrey-based British Car Auctions will take over the site in a fortnight's time, but their plans for the site have angered Speedway fans anxious to preserve the country's first Speedway stadium.
Even the bombings of World War II weren't enough to close the world's most famous Speedway track. The purpose-built stadium was constructed nearly 60 years ago in 1929. Since then, the thrills and spills of the Speedway track have been entertaining people from Manchester and around the world. But now the circuit is to be demolished to make way for a car auction. Promoter Stuart Bamforth says he's no alternative but to go ahead with the deal because of new sports ground safety laws.
In turn, all the Speedway stadiums that need repair are going to close. You know, if Belle Vue can't stay open, then I can't see any other track staying open.
What do the supporters club think?
Then again, they're devastated. They just cannot believe that there'll never be a Belle Vue again. Some people have been coming here all their life and they don't know anything else but Speedway. It's like football at Manchester, you know. Belle Vue is the parent Speedway stadium in the world and it's well known all over the world.
But it may not be the end of Speedway in Manchester. Mr Bamforth is reportedly trying to acquire an alternative site at Cheetham Hill to replace Belle Vue.
It won't be Belle Vue Speedway Stadium. There might still be Belle Vue Aces there, but it will not be Belle Vue Stadium.
The fate of one of the Northwest's best-known entertainment venues has been sealed. Belle Vue Stadium is to be turned into an auction site where vehicles and heavy plant will go under the hammer. Planning permission for the auction centre site was agreed today by Manchester City councillors, but Speedway supporters say the loss of their stadium is comparable to the closure of Manchester United's Old Trafford.
In its heyday, the Belle Vue site was the mecca to Speedway fans.
The last lap, remember, it's 418 yards around Belle Vue, Manchester. It's a real big, racy track, and this pairing really have got it weighed up. Looks like maximum points all the way for England, 5 to them. 1 to the Americans, and that pushes them up in front by 35.
The Belle Vue Aces are world famous, with scores of successes to their credit. But supporters have now lost their battle to keep Belle Vue alive. The end came at a planning committee of Manchester City Council, where British Car Auction sought permission to redevelop the 32-acre site.
I'll then put it to members of the public to speak. I'll only ask any one person to speak only once, so it's not a dialogue.
Local residents and Speedway fans had joined forces to object to the plans. The council made it clear they could only consider matters relating to the plan. The decision to demolish the stadium was not their concern, but feelings still ran high.
So tell them, hands off.
I bought my house in good faith, never once expected the same council that allowed my house to be built would be the same council responsible for turning it into a commercial site.
In the end, the committee voted 10 votes to 2 to pass the application, a decision which won few friends.
Criminals.
It appears to me to have been cut and dried before today. The council don't seem to have listened to what the residents or the Speedway fans have had to say. So it just seemed cut and dry before it started, really.
Trafford Park is an area which is crying out for redevelopment, which hasn't got any houses around it whatsoever. They could have used that place, but they decide to go on a residential area to upset several thousand people and to kill a very large part of history of Manchester.
The council say they'll try to help find an alternative site, but that won't be before March next year, when the new race season begins.
Sad day for Speedway fans.